Awesome autographs and more, back at you with episode number 151. Today we're going through a couple of returns from a show where I did some mailed in some cards for signature, and they came back a couple of days ago. This was from the shows that are put on by JP Sports and Rock Solid Promotions up in the New York City area. They do several shows a year. I think between the Westchester County / White Plains area and on Long Island. For the most part, they usually have some decent deals in terms of signature prices. So I send off whenever they have anybody there that I'm looking to add to my collection or to finish off my collection for a given person. So today we're going to start with Mr. Tony Armas. I've seen him at a few places and it's like, I got to get him, being a former Red Sox player and actually having played during the years where I used to go to Fenway Park a lot. But we have this 83 tops of him with the Athletics. And then I have a few cards with the Angels. And then I have some reprint cards. I actually did not have any of his original issue Boston Red Sox cards, which totally surprised me. But I did have this one, so I got that one signed. I have this reprint of an Oakland A's card. And that's it. That's 7, I think I did with Tony Armas. I must have one already in my collection, or I would have done 8. Next up, former Cincinnati Red, Mr. George Foster. Have him on this card with the Mets. And then I have this one. This is obviously a later card, printed of him with the Cincinnati Reds. I only had those 2 cards, so that's all I sent. Sometimes amazes me how few cards I have of some players and then how many cards I have of some players. Every time I go looking, I inevitably get surprised. Okay, next up is Mr. Julio Franco. Got him to sign this 89 Donruss, I think. Hang on. Yep, 89. 90 Leaf. I got one in blue, one in black. This 93 Leaf. I like these cards almost as much as the 90 Leaf. This 93 Donruss Diamond Kings. And we have, it's a 94 Pinnacle card. These are photographs that were done by Christy Brinkley. She did the photography for this particular set of cards or inserts. I can't remember. But you can see on the back of these cards typically include a photo with her and the player. And I believe this was an insert card. Yeah, there were 16 cards in this set. This is number 15 out of the 16. And that is Mr. Julio Franco, 6 cards, which means I must already have 2. Next up, we have Mr. Todd Hollandsworth. A couple of extra cards I had. I have gotten several cards of his signed. Combination of private signings, I think an appearance, and possibly a TTM somewhere along the line. But I have a couple of pages of his cards anyway, so I'm just, these last few that I had in my collection I wanted to get done. One of his minor league cards, I love Action Packed. So I may have even picked this up recently. And then this is a Dodgers set. I want to say there's like, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30 cards. I think it was a team set that was issued. It's very, very thin stock. Much thinner. If I'm not mistaken, it may have even come as sheets with perforations on them. And I probably cleaned them up a little bit on the edges. Mother's Cookies, I believe, was the sponsor of these. No, I'm sorry, the LA, I guess it's the LA Police Department through their foundation called DARE, which is kind of like a anti-drug, anti-violence type charity, or was out there. I don't know if it still exists, but these were obviously from back in the 90s. But that's Mr. Todd Hollandsworth. Last up, we have Mr. Devon White, and picked up a few of his cards. Got them signed. 90 Donruss, a 90 Leaf. I believe Julio Franco was a new signature for that set. I already have one 90 Leaf signed by Devon White. We have these 93 or 94 Upper Deck. And then this award winners card. I love these cards. I've got these signed by a few players. There's a few others I'd like to get signed. But Mr. Devon White, and that is it for this episode. We will, oh no, it's not. Sorry. I have to do my November giveaway. And of course, I'm not prepared for it, because I completely forgot. I'm just looking for something right now. It won't take me. Here we go. Had to get my box of letters. So we're going to kick off the November giveaway. And I will shape these up. Get my calendar out so we can pick a end date. And I'm going to be traveling a bit this month, so we're going to give you guys plenty of time. Today is the 4th. Today's the 4th. Yep. And so I will be gone from the 8th until the 18th. So we will probably let this go until the 20th. So this month's contest will stay open until the end of the day on the 20th, which is a Wednesday, a week before Thanksgiving. I've got all of these shaken up now. I think for next month, I'm going to enter these all onto the wheel of names and do it that way from now on in, like I do the winner thing. Some of these are stuck inside of each other, so I'm just trying to make sure they're all accessible. So we close my eyes, dig down deep into the thing. It feels like 2. Okay, I think I'm down to 1 here. And it is the letter S. Oh, this should be a fun one. That's a fairly common letter. So it'll be interesting to see. But as usual, you have to be a subscriber of the channel. You need to like this video and you need to comment as to who your favorite player or athlete is, whose last name begins with the letter S. So now we will close out the video today. Thank you all for watching. Thanks the athletes for signing, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.